G'day viewers, how the hand, Peter here. Yeah, it's such a beautiful day in sunny Australia. I thought I'd give you an update. I'm just about to knock off because it really is a cunt of a day, and I'm about to knock off. I had enough. It's raining, it's dark, it's very hard to work in the dark. Alright, so we're doing this carport job. If you look out here, you can see the sagging beam. I've still got the acro prop there. I'm working, I've done some rough, can you see a nail hanging out of that post? And then I put a corresponding nail hanging out of this one. And this post, it looks to me like it's been hit by a car or something, and it's not original. So I think he's put that stirrup in, the galvanised stirrup at the bottom. And so I think that this isn't the original post when the shed was built, because when I rang a string line between those 2 points, this post is 55 millimetres higher, or it's actually, the roof runs uphill by 55 mil, which is more than 2 inches. So I'm going to make the new post 55 mil shorter than this one, but then I've got a different length stirrup. So there's a bit of measuring and a bit of stress to make sure I cut the post to the right length, because once you cut it, you cut it. We'll go and have a look at this rain too. See how the water runs down, and this end's probably about right, about 2 inches overhang, but see how the distance changes, and that's why the water was getting underneath. And you know, this is all the problems from the previous owner. But I'm going to have this beam will be horizontal and I'll put a new stirrup in down the bottom. I think that's about all I can show you out here. And what a lovely day in sunny Australia and Melbourne, Victoria. I've just about finished the woodwork. I'll start painting probably tomorrow or the next day. So this piece of wood here, that's the main beam, and for all intents and purposes that's just a straight bit of wood, but it must be of the correct length. This one took a bit of work because these cutouts, I did tell myself that I was going to cut this square up here and shape the wood like that, and I thought that was a good idea, and then when I marked it out I forgot and I cut it on a 45, but I actually think this should have been up there like that and then cut the shoulder to suit. So I've drilled these 10mm holes, so that's that piece there, and I'm confident in my measurements. It's very unusual to mark all of this out on the ground and not up on the job, but that's what I've done because I trust my measurements. And this piece at the back here with holes drilled in it for the bolts, that's going to be a stiffener for the other end. I'll show you that when it's on the job. I've cut this post. So this is the post, sorry. As you can see, I've put a 15-degree angle on here just so the water runs off. And there's not much to show you there. I did cut it to length, you can see in here, and there's the offcut, and there's my saw. That's a saw I sharpened a few months ago. Did I do a video on that? I think I did a video to show you how to sharpen a saw, and it is a nice sharp saw. The only problem I had was because it's dark, I see this light. I had to run out in the shed and turn this light on, because when I was trying to when I put the saw to cut it to length, the shadow of the saw, I couldn't see the line. It was so fucking dark. And yeah, so I had to go down the shed and get a bloody light. These are the two braces. You see I put another 15 degrees just so the water runs off on them, and I've cut them at 45 either end. They're the braces for the back, and then the braces for the front are a bit smaller, because my wife's got a 4-wheel drive and she's got to be able to get in. So I cut them a little bit smaller, but they'll be big enough. I bought my fasteners. I don't like relying on fasteners, and I'm not really for structural load, but I had to get, these are 8-inch wood screws, because I've got to screw into the end grain of some of them, and they were bloody $4 each. And I needed 14, I think, but it was cheaper for me to buy a box of 25 than to buy them at $4 each. So I've got them. These are the brackets I'm going to use to hold the spouting up. These are the coach screws for this stirrup. That stirrup is 2 inches shorter than the other one. I got some screws, galvanised screws for the flashings. I've got all my stainless steel bolts here. So I've got 3 or 4 stainless bolts, washers and nuts. So I'm pretty much got all my gear going for fasteners. What else can I show you? If you're wondering why that panel beating hammer is out, I've got this old chamfer plane here. Will I show you? Yeah, okay. Well, actually, let's, I don't know if you can see this. We'll see if you can see anything. And I'll tell you why I use this chamfer plane. I reckon this is from about 1880. And hence, just to put a nice 45, so you keep doing that, and something's fallen off. The wife's just got home. Now this plane is, I reckon, from about 1880. It was given to me by my mentor Tommy Matthews, who was about to retire when I started my apprenticeship, and he gave it to me, so I'm the 3rd owner. So I think it was made in about 1880 by somebody who gave it to Tommy when he was an apprentice, and then Tommy gave it to me when I was an apprentice, and I'll give it to somebody else hopefully before I die. But you can see it just took a 45-degree chamfer on. And the reason I use this is by the time I went to the shed and got an extension cord and got my electric planer out, I really believe I can do it with this job in 2 minutes. And pattern makers use chamfer planes a bit because core boxes, you've got to knock all the corners off. So that's what I'm up to. So I'll say uru. Two cuts and that's enough.